We haven't mastered Conjure Blade? What a crime. Maybe we can fix that. Or get a colorless card. That's also one of my potential hopes here. Transform 2, you say? That's definitely one way to get 2 copies of Conjure Blade. Is that what I want? Probably not, but you know how it tends to go. Transform starts can be pretty dang strong on Watcher. Watcher's a character with a lot of early game potential. That starting Wrath stance, specifically the Eruption card, is super strong. And so you can often leverage that with a couple good attacks on this character to absolutely clobber early elites. If you're going to transform on Watcher, and I am, I highly recommend getting your defense out of there. Blocking 5 is definitely appealing, but this character can ultimately, especially on higher ascensions, if you just end the fights quickly through damage, then it really doesn't matter how much block you make. Or don't make. Ironclad can kind of get away with this sort of all-aggro approach, too. Defect and Silent tend to be a little bit more defensive by necessity. Not the best transforms. I think they're perfectly fine. Two very functional commons. A 0-cost block card and a better than 6 damage attack card. I'm very happy with both of these as transforms. Nothing that really stuns with flair or pizzazz, but it'll work just fine for our purposes here, especially in Act 1. I'm hoping that this allows us to take a 4 elite path. I think there's only one path that hits 4 different elites. The idea behind going lots of elites in Act 1 is to get many relics that you'll be able to benefit from for the rest of the run, as well as to start stockpiling on money so that your Act 2 shops can be really beneficial. And in unusual Watcher style, I'm probably going to pair this with an early shop so that I can actually remove yet another defend card and leave us with just offense, if possible. Last Kerfuffle, thanks for 32 moons of support. And they call me Strider, thanks for 3. Started trying out Monster Train thanks to watching the stream. Heck yeah, it's a delightful game. And the soundtrack really slaps. That's part of what keeps me going back to it. I absolutely adore it when a game has music that slaps. Well, we're gonna have Halt on the perfect turn. This is great. Get hecked, you stinky cultist. Let's see, we should use the Miracle to play both of our attacks. Generally speaking, for at least the first few combats on Watcher, the first time you have the opportunity to... First time that you have the opportunity to use your Miracle to play an additional strike, you probably should. These are not the draws I was looking for, but they'll do. Definitely not how this deck is meant to play in most combats, but it works. We get a first floor fruit juice for 5 max health, essentially giving us back the health that we sacrificed to get our starting bonus. And we're offered some pretty good attacks. And one of the better blocks on this character as well, Deceive Reality. Actually a very good early card, and with the 2 defends down, you could pretty reasonably argue for that card's take here. That said, Wheel Kick and Bowling Bash are both pretty good offensive cards. I'm particularly eyeing Wheel Kick for its card draw, which I think pairs it well with any number of 0-cost cards. Dow Cash, thanks for the 2 months of support. Hello and welcome. Barrow45, thank you for the Prime sub as well. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. Hey, Humanly Possible, you wouldn't be the first to tell me that. One of our longest time community members came to the stream and used it as a learning tool and distraction through post-stroke years of rehab. And others have told me since that being immobilized or hospitalized They found that the stream has been a sanity preserver of sorts. So I'm really happy to hear that, truly. I hope you're glad to hear that you have recovered in some significant fashion, and I wish you further recovery if there is more to make on your journey. But welcome. Hello. Yeah, I really like to foster a sweet ambiance here. Gentle vibes, consistent plays, and just a good time overall. Give me that wheel kick. I want to bonk. Big bonk. Kick that slime in the face. Oh, what a fascinating hand next turn. I think I want to go Miracle Eruption. The slime can attack us for up to... so, I'm going to back up a second and broadly preface this with, this is one of those moments where Watcher is all about thinking of the next turn. What are we about to draw in the draw pile? And what is the enemy going to do on their next turn? Let's actually answer that definitively with Bestiary mod. I can bring up the AI pattern of slime here. Lick cannot be used twice in a row, which is what they're doing right now. Apply 1 turn of weak. So next turn we're either being attacked for 8 or 12. We'll be weakened. And this is the hand. If we end our turn in Wrath, then we can weaken the slime and block for 12 plus 5 is 17. So the worst possible outcome from the slime is 24. We weaken that down to 18, we block for 17. We only take 1. Meanwhile, if we're not in Wrath, we'll only block for 8. We can weaken it to make it 9. We still take 1, whether or not we're in Wrath. Do we get a kill while being weakened? We might actually also do that. Definitely committed to making this play. We do what? 9 plus 12, which is also exactly a kill. So I didn't even need to talk about the block angle because we also had exactly a kill. But either way, looking at that draw, it's easy to see that the right play is to enter Wrath and stay there. Neat. I have continually regretted it when I don't grab ways to leave Wrath. Early stance control is such a crucial tool for this character, and when it comes paired with an attack card, especially an attack card that has a very powerful upgrade, all the better. I'm going to snag this Empty Fist here. And we're going to purge a defend card at the shop unless there's something really cool, like a second wheel kick. Interesting. Dark Shackles is also potentially worth buying for 91 gold. What I really like about Dark Shackles on Watcher is that it allows you to negate one enemy's attack, even if you're in Wrath stance, because the strength reduction essentially gets to ignore the double damage multiplier of Wrath. For example, Snake Plant attacking for 8 by 3 normally. If you're in Wrath, that's 16 by 3, but play Dark Shackles on them, and they go all the way down to 0 by 3, because it's 0, the base damage is only actually 8. Once you bring it down to 0, 0 times 2 is still 0. But then we'd have a pair of wheel kicks. We've already done a run where we've gotten 2 of them, but the whole point is consistent card draw, consistent high damage. Let's do it. I'll buy the second wheel kick. This feels like an excellent start to a run. This is now a run that wants some way to make energy. I'm not 100% sure what tool we're going to use to do it, but there's a whole bunch of different cards that would serve really well for that purpose. Question mark is a Jawworm. I'm cool with that. Note the lack of blocks. Blocking is for chumps or something. I guess we'll just go Miracle Vigilance here. If we had a little bit more energy, we could get a lot more done that turn. 7 doubled is 14. We can block for more than 14. Easily. Thanks, Halt. Halt is such an amazing block card because it lets you just stay in Wrath, which is really, really what Watcher wants to do, so that you can continue to take advantage of the big slaps. Watching for Wrath, not for Math. Well, hopefully we find a Crescendo soon, or an Indignation, or even a Simmering Fury. I'd be cool with a Simmering Fury. I don't want a Foreign Influence. I really feel like we have the attacks that we need now with Wheel Kick, Empty Fist, Wheel Kick. It would have to be a pretty good attack card for me to take any more at this point. And also, we've removed so many defend cards that it's almost impossible not to draw attack cards, which is the goal here. Just go aggro, slap every enemy as hard as we can every turn. Forever. Let's see. Unfortunately, Eruption Wheel Kick will not kill this nerd. Could also go Eruption Sash Whip Strike. 9 plus, what is this, 14 doubled? That's even less. Well, seems to me like I might want to go Wheel Kick first then. Cut Through Fate might be a good attack addition. Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable one. Tantrum would be excellent. We'd add that because it's a second Wrath entry, not because it's an attack card. And yes, I agree. It's time to start getting rid of strikes next. Honestly, all we would need here is actually Eruption to be upgraded, and we would just kill this fool. But we don't quite have it without the upgrade. So let's go Wheel Kick first. And then we can Miracle Vigilance just like before. That works fine. Take 3. Not going to bother considering any potion use scenarios just yet. Fist goes back to energy, and we can play the 2 strikes. No problem. Yeah, because if we find another potion, we can just drink the fruit juice and pick up the second potion. Alright, well, there it is. Cut Through Fate. And Crescendo. I would also strongly consider Follow-Up, because with these 2 Wheel Kicks, what we really want are zero-cost attacks. Consecrate would probably be the best one to find, but Follow-Up is pretty powerful here. If I don't take this first fire, I am not getting Eruption upgraded for quite a while, am I? I have to go through 3 Elite fights with unupgraded Eruption. Perhaps it's better to take the Eruption upgrade here and then go 3 Elite fights. Because that's a pretty tough gauntlet. Actually, if I take Crescendo... I can take the extra Elite. Okay, I'll do that. Good old Sentries. How do we want to play this? I'm feeling pretty aggro here. We can indeed use the Strength Potion to kill the middle one. Let's see, how much damage would that be? We'd do 11 plus 34, right? So it's actually 45 damage. But do we actually want to kill the middle one? I don't think so. One, we have Halt as a potential draw, which would be pretty sweet. 2, we can block 8 for free with Vigilance here. And I want to prevent both the dazed and the next turn attack, so I think my line is this one. Play Vigilance, Miracle, Eruption, Wheel Kick. We did draw Halt. Awesome. Easy every time. Then you get kicked. And I'm going to leave Wrath. So we have Crescendo in our hands. Almost. Actually, if I'd stayed in Wrath, this would have killed. That's funny. But I didn't know that we were going to have this draw, that's for sure. So I think we just Empty Fist defend here. Take 5. And this kills. Okay, so with a Strength Potion and that particular targeting order, we only took 5 damage, which I'm going to say is a pretty dang good result. We also managed to find another potion somehow. And we could take more attacks. These are pretty good attacks, but do we need them? I don't really think so. I feel like we're already slaughtering Gremlin Knob and Lagavulin both. Good talk. Slime Goop. Lose some health, get some money. I'll take some money. I want to be rich next act. And I think we have the health to spare. Alright, late number 2 is the Gremlin Knob. And we did not draw our Wrath Source turn 1, or did we? That's not the order we want, I don't think. Looks like a reasonable time to use the Miracle to play Vigilance. Let's do that. Okay, yeah, we can go Eruption, Sash Whip, Strike, Empty Fist. Take only 6 damage here. And then we should have a kill here, yes. Just Crescendo, Wheel Kick. No potions used. Only 6 damage to Gremlin Knob, that's pretty good. We get a bag of marbles, making all of our enemies vulnerable on turn 1. Always very nice. We could take another zero-cost card. Just Lucky does work okay with these card draws. I think it would contribute, although not necessarily a whole lot. Interesting. I'm not sure here. I'm really not sure. Don't like Just Lucky much? Do you underestimate it? Just Lucky for me is all about a card that you can stack bonuses onto. It's a card that interacts with a whole bunch of different relics in the game, and any strength or dexterity you get will work with it. So it's really, to me, about how much cumulative bonus is being added to the card, and is it worth it? 1 copy of Fasting, suddenly it's very good. Excellent with Fasting, in particular. It's also a common card we haven't mastered, but not currently inspired to take it. Give me a Shuriken, a Kunai, an Ornamental Fan, anything like that, we can talk. Same with Flurry of Blows, actually. I don't really like Flurry of Blows until I've got relics that make it better. Oh man, Bag of Preparation, Bag of Marbles, Double Bag Alert. Twitch chat. This is an ominous thing for our foes. Also, I'm going to anger the mushrooms. Anger the mushrooms. You must. Let's see, this is going to do what? 13? 13. And this will deal like way too much. So I actually probably don't want to play. Could be a pretty reasonable moment for the Explosive Potion. We really wanted to lay waste to things here. Oh, actually, it's going to be 18 damage, isn't it? Not 9. Yeah, it might actually be Explosive Potion. Because even if I Vigilance and then just kill one of them, the other one's going to hit me for 18. This will be vulnerable when the first one dies. That's pretty spooky. We already saw that sentries weren't an issue. Well, they weren't an issue the first time. That's because we had a strength potion. Having the explosive potion for the second time around would be really, really appreciated. I could use the speed potion here. Speed potion vigilance. It's actually only saving me 4, but it's reasonable to use here. And don't enter Wrath this turn. Wheel Kick on its own would do 22. Hey, Marky Mark. That was quite a feat. Yes, we are still to this day the record holder for most A20 wins rotating in a row, which was a heck of a moment last year when it happened on stream. The defect run that tied it all together is still probably one of my favorite runs of all time that I've played in Slay the Spire. And I do mean we. Truly, I don't think that if I was streaming to a live audience who was able to communicate with me in real time, that I would have been able to do 20 in a row. So the record is truly for the stream at large, and not necessarily me individually. Yeah, and the Jawworm incident was also part of that streak. Like, what an amazing game. What an amazing game. I'm gonna do this. Okay, that's actually a great draw next turn. Perfect. One buffer. So you must die. You're going to go to 18, which then gets weakened to what, 13? Take 1? I'm cool with taking 1. Yeah. We should be able to kill the middle one next turn. The front one can't attack 3 times. Yeah, front one can't attack again. And in fact, they both die. So we kept the explosive potion. We took 1 damage. Pretty happy with that. Ooh. Wallop, Cut Through Fate, and Meditate. I think Meditate's the winner here. Can let us get a card back into our hand for next turn. And perhaps more importantly, provides Calm Stance at 1 energy. So that we can have a burst of energy on the next turn. Well, Lena, thanks for the full year of support. Feels like it was only yesterday that our paths first crossed, but here we are. Here we are. How hard would it be to also master all the potions? You have to beat the heart with 2 of the same potion. Be kind of fun. I don't think that would be too much more difficult than the card masteries as a individual challenge. Some of them would be pretty tough, like just the luck required to get, for example, 2 smoke bombs and then also still win. Pretty tricky. Alrighty, well, definitely happy we kept this explosive potion. This feels like the place to use it. I think this time we need to kill the middle one first. Bit of my feeling here. Oh, we do get halt. Actually, hold on. Wait just a minute. I can Miracle Meditate that Wheel Kick if I want, or that halt, actually. I'm gonna Miracle Meditate halt. Yes. Yeah, we're going to want some more damage here. Let's just use this. It's going to be very tricky otherwise. So let's go like this. Full block this way. We're a bit behind on damage, but we have a couple turns to sort it out. Here we go. Might take up to 20 here. This could be bad, but because we stopped some of the early days from being added, it looks like we're just fine. Get a Vajra, +1 strength, +1 damage on all of our attacks, and there is indeed a real indignation being offered here, which I am certainly not going to refuse. If we're in Wrath, add 3 Vuln to all enemies. Otherwise, enter Wrath. Yes, please. And finally, we get offered an upgrade. The first upgrade of the run. We're going to get 2 before Hexaghost here. Probably Eruption, Meditate are the simplest ones. I'm contemplating upgrading Crescendo. Wheel Kick's also a pretty good upgrade. But if we have Meditate, it doesn't really behoove me to upgrade Crescendo. The Eruption card is going to be the one that gets used over and over again. So we need to upgrade that one. Germinator, thanks for 5 months. Isao, thanks for 11 months. Months plus plus. And Lith, thanks for 10. Resub for the potential dub. Oof, Faily. Much oof. Alright, I guess I'll upgrade Eruption. Almost begrudgingly. Would have rather upgraded Crescendo. Oh well. Bonk. Bag of Marble is very strong here. Wish. Plated armor, strength or gold. We have not actually mastered Wish. Wish can be rather difficult to get into play. Currently, we're kind of edge of our pants here. We really do need all of our energy going towards damage to win fights in the way that we're winning them. So, Wish feels to me like a burden we don't much like, but could definitely become pretty powerful. Yeah, if we got a Snecko Eye, for example, it'd be pretty absurd. Very awkward with Wheel Kick. I definitely don't love it. I'm gonna not. Could have been free here. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. These are quite the draws. I'm thinking we take advantage of the situation that we have here to play Eruption and Indignation. Apply Vulnerable. And enter Wrath for next turn. We can probably KO this egg before it knows what's happening. Although if we end with Empty Fist, we won't be in Wrath anymore. What's the way to do this then? Vigilance. Empty Fist. Eruption, Indignation, Sash Whip. We can use the potion next turn if we need to. Which we may not need to. Eruption, Sash Whip. We don't actually need the weaken, but I wanted to do it that way, I guess. And we didn't draw either Wheel Kick, but that's okay, because it means we get to block with Halt. Works for me. Take 8. Win the fight. Guess I didn't need that as a crescendo, but whatevs. There's the Shuriken. Okay, now I would like the Just Luckies, please. Hey, Shroudless. Just started Spire a few days ago. Got hooked on watching the YouTube for the past year. How many shops/rest sites should you aim for every act? Find that if you can run into a situation where you have too many unupgraded cards or too much unspent gold. Yes, that can definitely be a problem. I usually aim to get 3 upgrades per act, approximately, or to strive for an upgrade density of around half of the deck if possible. Very difficult to do that from the starting position, right? You've got 10 unupgraded cards, and upgraded cards are few and far between. But the more unupgraded cards you can remove, and the more upgrades you can acquire, the better. When it comes to shops, my kind of rules of thumb are that it's not worth going to a shop if you have 100 gold or less. You need to have around 150 before going to the shop is worthwhile. If you have more than 300 gold, it's probably time to seek out a store and get there if possible. Sometimes the act layouts can force you to hold on to cash for longer than you'd like, but again, once you hit around that 300 gold mark, it's time to start looking for a store. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing at the very beginning of Act 2. It's going to be a priority to get to probably multiple shops in Act 2 if possible, because we're going to have 400 gold going into Act 2. I don't want any of these cards, not even Prostrate. Actually, we should take Prostrate. Upon reviewing the deck, we absolutely should take Prostrate here and get Mantra going in this deck. We've got all the card draw in the world for 0-cost cards. And if we can draw this card enough, it'll turn into energy. And that's powerful. Very powerful. In fact, we might even be able to go Divine with Prostrate against Hexaghost, just with 1 copy. Could use the Miracle to gain a point of strength right now. Seems like we can do more impactful things with it in the next turns. Give me Vigilance and Sash Whip, I guess. Ghost attacks for 3 times 6. This is definitely a good case for Crescendo, right? We can full block this easily by entering Wrath and then going Halt Vigilance. Next turn we can apply Vulnerable. Good. This turn we can apply Vulnerable. Let's go Indignation, Miracle, Vigilance. That should full block. I'm going to bonk you now. For big damage. This does seem like an inappropriate time to enter Wrath. Although, if I can Indignation Halt, maybe not. Indignation, Sash Whip, Strike, Halt. That block for 12. This would be 9 times 2, so we would take 6 damage? That's not too bad. Doesn't feel necessary, though. Actually, what are we taking if I just Halt Sash Whip here? We're going to take 4 by 2 minus 3. Take 5. That's a little bit better. If I Wheel Kink... Can't play any of the damage mitigating cards I'm going to draw. So it's take 5 or take 6, I guess, huh? In that case, I'd rather do more damage. So let's go Indignation, Strike, Sash Whip, Halt. Take 6. Vigilance will be enough. We can just go Indignation, Vigilance. We could also go Vigilance, Empty Fist. Indignation, Meditate. That seems probably better. We do a little bit less damage, but we get more setup for next turn by playing the Meditate here. And the idea behind playing the Indignation is to get it in hand next turn. For the kill. Another fruit juice, how lucky. And there's an establishment. Somebody asked. That's a pretty good establishment. We have Meditate, Double Wheel Kick, which is definitely pretty potent with this power. Neat. Very neat. Also take Brilliance to scale with the one mantra card we have so far. Oh, this would make taking a Worship possible? Oh, man. Mono Especial, thanks for the 6 months of support. The Wheel Kick Infinite. Could it be? Establishment into Empty Cage? Let's do it. Establishment into Pandora's Box. Transform 5 cards. That ain't too bad. We certainly don't want to be taking Velvet Choker, which would limit us to 6 cards per turn, and that makes any sort of, essentially, divinity play or trying to bank energy for future turns pretty worthless. Could also see Holy Water being very good. Get 3 miracles at the start of each combat rather than 1. That allows us to have really explosive turn 1s, particularly with the Bag of Prep, Bag of Marbles, so that we can honestly end a lot of combats, including elite combats, on turn 1. It also makes it really easy to put the establishment into play so that we can get discounts on future turns. I actually really like pairing the immediate boost of energy along the long-term discount of Holy Water here. Since we have the Smiling Mask, it seems to me unnecessary to transform 5 cards when it's going to be just as easy for us to delete all 5 of these cards outright and simply purge them from the deck. We're definitely going to get 2 removals in Act... Well, we're going to try to get 2 removals in Act 2. And we should be able to get at least 2 more from 2 more shops after that. Yeah, that brings us to exactly 10 cards on turn 1. 3 miracles and 7 draws, which means we can no longer benefit from any additional turn 1 draw effects. Like the toolbox, for example, we wouldn't want to take now. Burning Elite doesn't look very conveniently positioned, so let's focus on getting the other stuff we want, which is elites, shops, and rest sites. And I see 2 potential paths here. I'm going to mark them in... Let's go blue and green, and we'll figure out what the total is for each of these in a moment. They look pretty similar to me at first glance. Maybe more optionality on green path. Let's see. So, one shop, and then we have 1, 2 elites, 1, 2, 3 rest sites, 1 shop, 1 event. Here we have 1, 2 elites, 1, 2, 3 rest sites, 1 shop, 1 late event. These are basically identical paths. The rest site comes a little earlier here. We get 1 more early event. But yeah, these are mostly the same thing. Okay. Then I won't worry about it too much. I guess, let's see. Green could be better because if we get a random shop, it lets me to divert. I don't know if that's worth it, though. I don't want this to go. Just sash whip this nerd. Takes 4 hits to knock a bird out of the air. We've only got 3 in our hand. I think I just do it this way. Just go aggro here. Just focus all my efforts here. No, I want to hit one of the ones that's buffing. Put them up to die next turn. In that case, we did want a vigilance, huh? Oh well. Do it this way. Double 15. It's kind of spooky. We'll essentially do normal damage if we're in Wrath. My Indignation, I've got 4 energy. Pretty sure I can make that work. Perfect. 11, huh? Do a little bit more than that. Attack power, go! So definitely really good use of the energy from the holy water there. Oh man, we do get offered worship. As well as an upgraded flurry of blows, which is pretty dang spicy here. The free upgrade really makes the flurry pop out a little bit more than the worship. We haven't even mastered flurry of blows for what it's worth. But what's notable here to me is that worship is a 2-cost 5 mantra card that upgrades to retain, meaning that establishment will discount it automatically. And that is pretty spicy, though notably requires us to use one of our upgrades, our very precious upgrades, on the worship, which I don't love. Basically, all the ninja relics are uncommon. Vibrating Sheep. Shuriken, Kunai, Ornamental Fan. Nunchaku is common, though. Establishment upgrades to innate, that's correct. Just need a lesson learned. No problem. I do think the flurry is going to really let us bully the elites a bit better. I'm going to grab the flurry. Bar, thanks for 38 months of support. Heck yeah. The cow is here. Oh, so is the Ornamental Fan. Holy moly. Okay, that might be it. Panache could also do pretty powerful things in a deck like this. But it's definitely hard to turn down Ornamental Fan when we already have Shuriken and we just picked up the Flurry of Blows. We're definitely here to remove a strike. In part. Mineral Strike on sale. Wink, wink. Actually, I guess with the establishment, it's not too bad, genuinely. But I think we want to pick up Ornamental Fan here. Every time we play 3 attacks in one turn, get 4 block, is going to... I mean, with the establishment, we're already headed in playing lots of attacks direction, and 4 or even 8 or 12 additional block per turn sounds really good to me. I'm a big fan of that relic. Haha. Why strike and not the last defend? I like having 1 defend. We'll probably remove the last defend when we're down to 2 strikes. But it's pretty reasonable to go either direction there. Another fight really trivialized by the Holy Water here. This enemy gets a lot of block turn 2, but if you can just do enough damage turn 1 to kill them, it's a lot easier. Second Meditate. I mean, we have Establishment. I'm going to take another Meditate. Definitely going to take another Meditate. It's pretty good. Get a Relic, but become cursed with the Writhe. Writhe is an innate curse. We have enough cards on turn 1 that we could reasonably tolerate this curse. But I don't see any reason why I should, just to get another Relic. Removals are pretty dang valuable here. Why block when you could kill? Murdering is a block card. Designer Inspire is a block card. Heck yeah. Upgrade 2 random cards or remove 1. Both of those are fantastic. We've got enough starter removals that, pretty tempting to upgrade 2 at random here, but I am definitely eyeing card remove. Even at an upcharge compared to the regular merchants. Hoops are pretty good. Even if strikes got upgraded, that'd be a good thing. Ideally, prostrate or crescendo or empty fist or meditate or either wheel kick. There's so many good hits. Yeah, I'm going to take 2 upgrades. Defend and Sash Whip. Not the best, but we will definitely benefit from those. And that means we'll keep that defend around for quite a while, actually. Definitely happy with the Sash Whip upgrade, right? Let's just go Miracle Wheel Kick to start here. Okay. Flurry's nice. Might as well play Establishment at this point. I'll take a bit of a beating, but that's okay. Crescendo's now free. First. 3. Sash Whip. We have 1 more energy to play Meditate with, or I can try to Attack Potion to get out of this situation. It's a couple hits off the Attack Potion that would be okay. But it might not make any difference, and it might be better in a Slaver's fight. Well, it's only going to be 5x3. We take 11 damage here. 11 damage Attack Potion. I think that's going to be more valuable next Elite fight. Okay. I think so. Frozen Egg upgrades any powers we add to the deck, such as this Rushdown. Okay. Timing is everything. I guess with the Establishment, we don't want Crescendo upgraded as much. Let's make these wheel kicks slap a little harder. At least one of them, anyway. Gremlin Leader. Or is it Gremlin Bleeder? $63 damage. Good talk. I can still play Miracle, Establishment, Meditate, Get Back, the Wheel Kick, which is now 1 cost and 0 cost Crescendo. And then we can play Crescendo, Indignation, Bonk. Good talk. We get a Potion Belt, meaning we can hold on to more potions for longer, and a second Establishment. Plus, note that we've already had the double Establishment run. Do I need 2 of them? I don't really think so. Although it would let us get to 0 cost wheel kicks instantly, I don't feel like we need to do that. Fluffy Mittens, thanks for the gifted sub to Charnin. We're at 1,000 out of 1,000. That means tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some modded Spire as a community day. I'm thinking we should revisit the Pack Master tomorrow. Really enjoyed our Pack Master runs last time. Does Establishment work with Runic Pyramid? No, unfortunately. Runic Pyramid is functionally identical to Retain, but does not actually use the Retain keyword, and therefore gets to be legally distinct from Retain. Bottled Flame. Guaranteed turn 1 eruptions, not too bad here, actually. I think with the bag of marbles, we'd really appreciate that. That actually seems pretty good. Okay, I'll do it. Normally, I would take a blue key there, but I think it's actually really powerful to have guaranteed a turn 1 eruption on this deck. And smell you later, Chosen. And you too, bud. You shall also perish. Bonk. Second Flurry of Blows is here. Pretty reasonable time to have 2 of them. Deceive Reality Plus is also quite good with the Establishment. Windmill Strike Plus is also not too bad. That Deceive Reality is really nice. I'll take that. Alright, card remove or another and an upgrade or another elite and a bunch of events. Chances at the Colosseum. Not particularly likely to find it. I'm going to go for the event and the upgrade. Or the removal and the upgrade, excuse me. Ooh, Mental Fortress Plus. I think Empty Mind's pretty good. Draw 2 and exit the current stance. Also a really good target with Meditate. Let's add that. Let's add that. And that becomes an excellent, excellent upgrade at draw 3. Let's do it. Oh, rush down. How I adore you. The things that you do for us. Let's just meditate that eruption, hey? Bonk again. Okay, up to 4 potions here. We want to follow up Crescendo or Reach Heaven? I don't think so. The follow-up could be cute. Discounted follow-up can be an energy generator with the Establishment. That's kind of interesting. Surprise, it's Snake Plant. I think Snake Plant's gonna have a bad time. Like a really bad time. Bonk. Goodbye, Snake Plant. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Do I actually want a Just Lucky in this deck? I think the answer is now no. Because we're doing Establishment things. So less cards is better. Especially unupgraded cards. We'll say no. We'll say no. So now we're reaching that mystical 50% upgrade density, where 21 cards in the deck, there are only 11 unupgraded cards. There's also Ascender's Bane, of course. We're going to upgrade, I guess the other Meditate is a pretty good upgrade here, so that we can do Meditate chaining, use Meditate to fetch Meditate, and shenanigans will ensue pretty rapidly from there. I think Collector will be a pretty easy fight for us. Just the sheer damage output this deck is capable of means we get to do some hot nonsense. Real quick-like. Especially when I set up this turn. Like, dang. What a savage thing to do. Rushdown is not in play, though, so I'm kind of relying on the draws from Wheel Kick to do something. Pretty good draws. Okay, I think we have stuff that we can do here. Yeah, there's Empty Fist. Okay. Also, it looks like a kill. Sure does. Dang. That is some damage output. 'Twas indeed lethal. Deviform. Start your turn, gain energy, and increase this gain. Thing is, Deviform is kind of redundant when one has Establishment and Meditate. Over time, our deck gradually becomes entirely zero cost, which is the same thing as gain tons of energy. We don't need both effects. Also, what is turn 2 anyway? What even is turn 2? Where even is turn 2? And how is turn 2? Ugly Dude, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. Don't want to ditch any of these for a snack of oil. Not particularly. No, I actually don't. Oh, we did get Sacred Bark. I was wondering. Sacred Bark with Potion Belts. Pretty sweet. My only regret is that we drank that fruit juice a few minutes ago. But having potions have double effectiveness can be really, really powerful here. 2 attacks in this attack potion, 2 powers in this power potion, tons of regen in the regen potion, so on and so forth. We could certainly benefit from additional energy, although I think the downside of either the Runic Dome or the Cursed Key will be a little tricky to work around. Let's avoid downsides and just take super powerful potions. How would I just Deviform to make it good? I mean, Deviform is perfectly fine in certain Watcher decks. I like the design of the card, and I don't think it needs a whole lot of adjustment. It does take a while for the energy gain to pay off, but when it pays off, it really does pay off big. And this deck that... If this deck didn't have Establishment already, it would be quite a good card, even. For this deck. Alright, we put off going to the Burning Elite, so now we have to do it here. Unfortunately, that means we get 0 shops, which makes the Smiling Mask very sad, but perhaps a random event will change that. We'll go. I'm not sure which of these 2 ways we'll go. We also get a bunch of rest sites this act, which is fine by me. Get a few more key upgrades, like the other Wheel Kick. It's not a very good turn 1, is it? I'm down to use my doubled attack potion right here, right now, if we need to. Just see what this looks like initially. I'll also do Indignation first, but I think I'd rather apply the Vuln. So both 21. Got it. Let's just use this. Hiya! Exactly. And there it is, the second prostrate. This one's upgraded. Now, we have what we need to enter Divinity, and quickly. And quickly. First. Give me this, and actually wait, give me these. What if this blocks, though? I guess these block in their own way. that, you stinky spiker. Keep them coming. I'm not going to say no. It's just not going to happen. I think we can kill Transient with this deck. In fact, I'd say it's very likely we can kill Transient with this deck. Little 5, thanks for the full year. Wee. But a wee lad. Give me meditate. Establishment's not yet in play, huh? Let's give me eruption wheel kick then. Not the ideal draw order for this, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. We don't retain anything on this turn either, huh? Or this turn. It's not quite right. This and this. Yeah, it took us way too many turns to actually start getting a discount there. That's definitely a wonky draw order. Oh well. As a result, we have failed to kill Transient, merely dealing approximately 900 damage. I guess we could probably kill with the attack potion, but I'd rather save that for the elite. Alright, good fight. Deck could use a pruning. Unfortunately, yeah, it could. Unfortunately, because we don't get any shops this act, unless the question marks are kind, we're not going to have a pruning. 3 prostrates are a little bit of an obstacle, even as much as they help. But I think they are going to be a help. It's my hope, anyway. Heck no. Heck yeah. Removal. Wheel kick, establishment, or indignation. Well, I guess I'm going to lose indignation here. Smell you later. We're a divinity deck now. Don't you see? Here we go. Establishment turn 1. This is what it's supposed to be. This is how the sausage is made. Take both of those back. I think I'm just going to need the one. Give me prostrate and wheel kick. Kill a couple of daggers, unless I think I can kill Repto right now, which I'm pretty sure I can do, actually. Good talk. Talk to the hand is pretty sweet, or again, the second Flurry of Blows. I think this deck would like a Talk to the Hand, a way to get some persistent block off of Heart, for example, to make us block positive with Ornamental Fan, rather than block negative when playing attacks Seems like a pretty important addition, and a pretty good upgrade, too. Heck yeah. Take that talk. And now all we have to do is defeat a 650 health Giant Head. Should be easy. Should be really, really easy. Exceptionally easy. I would like to discount the empty mines. That's too many cards. I guess we'll do it this way. Let's flurry, crescendo, flurry, big bonk. Get rushed down in here. Big bonk again. Set up an absolutely filthy next turn. With discounted wheel kick, and you know what? Let's go with a discounted wheel kick. Bonk. Courier, okay. So when we do eventually get to the shop, we'll be able to at least use a lot of money there. Worship is looking actually pretty spicy-like. We talked about Worship earlier. I do have an upgrade to give to it, too. Let's take it. Maybe we'll be able to get 2 of these. Featherfall, thanks for the 300 bits. You keep watching, I'll keep streaming. That's the plan. We should maybe, now that we're at 70% potion chance, we should probably heal to full with this regen potion. Although this could be a lot of bonus health during Heart, for example. Like water, not awful. It's okay. It's definitely not my favorite block power on Watcher. Ooh, Ornithopter's not something I can take. Okay. Good talk. Bonk. Prepare to die, jawworms. That's right. I decided I'm not intending to use that potion. However, the attack potion looks really good right now. Because I don't have an answer to this turn. What do you got? Double signature move. Odd situation where for once the Sacred Bark is actually making this potion worse. Neat. Okay, I'll take double sash whip, I guess. That's great. That's really great. Wait a minute, I have divinity. How did I not notice that? Good talk. Holy crap, that was funny. Gambler's Brew is our replacement potion. We wanted more Wrath. Simmering Fury is here. I don't think we do want more Wrath. Let's grab the last of our 3 keys that we need to get to Act 4. They're a command for mastery candidates. You can actually see them on the side of the screen here when we look at the deck, and yes, there is! Exclamation point candidates. Cards. You can also do candidates relics to see any relics that we might have, but we're mostly past the point of getting relics done. Got 2 more mantra cards in the drop pile. Give me a straight empty fist. So 21 damage. That's fine, I guess. Kill you too. Alright, now what? Now we worry slightly. Okay, just outright kills this one. Let's start with that. Kill that one. And go talk to the hands, Sash Whip on Repto here. Could maybe try to draw into Empty Mind to get a little bit more block, but overall we don't really need that. Looks like we're just going to try to mitigate as best we can here. I don't think we have a kill or anything like that. Let's do it this way. That's pretty good. We take about 10 damage. Health we can easily get back with this regen potion, should we need it at any point. Establishment definitely showed up to the party a little late here. Fortunately, either of these will cause us to draw and reshuffle before Flurry returns to us. I guess let's go Crescendo first. Though we only get to draw 2 cards. No, let's go Empty Mind first, actually. Perfect. Then draw 2 more. Then enter Divinity again. Play this. Alright, good fight. Now we're through. Shuriken really performs in this deck. Lex Potion's pretty strong. 10 strength for 1 turn. Can really help us kill something fast. Although, so could 4 energy. Let's go with 10 strength. Like these other potions quite a bit. And 1 event before we go to the Act bosses here. Navigating the Beyond, you discover a glowing Tesseract, letting us look at colorless cards. There'll be some pretty spicy stuff here. I like Secret Weapon quite a bit. Master of Strategy quite a bit. Oh, we can get double Secret Weapon. Let's do it. Excellent. And a Master of Strategy. The weaponing. Weaponation. The Whip Waps. We actually just upgrade the Master of Strategy now? Secret weapon upgrade's not too bad either, actually. Then we would be able to reusably keep it. Could also upgrade establishment so that we don't have to suffer with bottom drawing it, which has been an issue so far, actually. Okay, let's just upgrade this. Would like to not have any more issues with that. If it's all possible. 2 secret weapons in my hand. Well, give me Flurry first. Secret weapon for Flurry also, like, a huge deal here. By 2, huh? Let's Miracle Meditate. Let's get all the cheap blocks in the world. I like it. Give me this, and you know what? This too. The Blockening. Worship. Let's keep other meditate. Actually, no. Empty Mind Wheel Kick for this upcoming turn. We actually retain so many cards we don't get to quite draw the full quantity we would want to. It's okay. We're gonna have a hell of a turn here. Now, Divinity. Nice. Nice Flurry. Strike. Meditate. Get back. Wheel kick, wheel kick. Go divine again next turn. Absolutely slaughter. GG. GG. Alright, Time Eater will be a little bit trickier, as Time Eater does limit the number of cards we can play per turn, making it somewhat more difficult for this to work out, okay? This turn looks a little spooky already here. Secret weapon, anything like Flurry here? I don't want to draw Flurry. Better to play fewer cards rather than more. Okay, this turn's definitely a bit of a pickle. Tricky, tricky. Just rush down. Go Vigilance, draw more cards. Definitely want to apply Weaken and then Meditate. So I think it's got to be Empty Fist, Sash Whip, Meditate for our last 3 cards. That brings it down to a much more respectable 30 damage. This we can survive without having to use potions. Get me Wheel Kick cheaper. Got Worship in hand. 2 Prostrates coming up. Guess give me Wheel Kick, Sash Whip again. We can draw 2 off Crescendo. Prostrate, Meditate ought to provide an exit somehow. Yeah, that's an exit. There's Divinity if I want it. Let's hold that thought. But we do want to play 5 more cards here, which we can do pretty easily because of our sheer energy quantity. Worship will be free next turn. Might as well just take the strike then. Now we go aggro. Very aggro. Hitting Time Eater as hard as we can. As many times as we can. This turn. And again, ideally also playing exactly 12 cards if possible. Which we, again, can. Gonna meditate back the Wheel Kick Plus and the Worship Plus so we can go right back into Divinity and try to kill Time Eater before they can do anything on this turn. Easy. GG. GG. Miss Lillian, did you hear about the man who invented a belt made entirely of watches? It's a complete waste of time. Two thump, a deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the spire, the source of all these misplaced Rolexes? You deal 2216 damage. Have I been here before? I'm ready to bonk some stuff. Clearly that man's on a diet. He's watching his waistline. The Clowny, thanks for turning that Prime sub into a Tier 1, making it official. Missing 10 health, but Regen Potion says that's perfect, actually. Let's upgrade. Master of Strategy? Question mark. And the store contains stuff. Notably, orange pellets play a power attack and skill in the same turn to remove all debuffs. There's quite a few potential things to remove there, including 10 strength from Flex Potion. It's pretty dang spicy. Let's see. So other than Secret Weapon, never did get the second Flurry of Blows. That's a bit sad. Could take the like water here, maybe get a different power. Inner Peace could definitely be nice. Inner Peace is definitely appreciated. Da Clowny, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club, everybody. Could take a Crush Joints, maybe try to find a second one. I'm gonna buy 1 Crush Joints. Include behind it. Alright, do I want an Inner Peace or do I just want to skip? Take an Inner Peace. Okay. 28 cards in this deck. Maybe too many. Maybe. Hopefully I won't have to also use the Gambler's Brew next turn. I'm going to use the Flex Potion for this fight. Give me both of these. I think that's right. Oh, all right. $96 damage. Spin to win. The power of 10 points of strength. We get a Bottled Lightning, meaning we can put any skill in the opening hand. Pretty tempting to put Master of Strategy Plus in the opening hand. But let's actually put Secret Weapon so that I can get Talk to the Hand and play fast. I think is the play there. Second Rushdown's not too bad. Whether Meditate or Pressure Points. Okay, so only the colorless cards getting mastered this run. Just the Secret Weapon, but I'm actually fine with that. Quite fine with that. Let's try to avoid Beat of Death being a problem for the moment. Might want to use the Power Potion turn 2 so we can purge the debuffs a bit more reliably. We'll need a Power Attack and a skill. We have no Meditate turn 1. Just going to go Talk to the Hand Establishment. Keep basically everything else in our hand. Looks like it. Not the most inspiring turn 1, but it'll do. Is Miracle a skill? Yes. So all we need to do is draw an attack to purge debuffs next turn, which is actually far from guaranteed, unfortunately. Good news is Gambler's Brew. And we've drawn multiple attacks, and notably no powers. All right, Power Potion, what do you got? So I think I meant to use the... Ooh. Sure. I meant to use the Regen Potion earlier. Now's a good time. Fasting is pretty spicy, right? We gain 3 strength, 3 dex, and a debuff that says gain less energy at the start of each turn. Except that's a debuff. So all I have to do is... Let's see. Power... Let's do it. Skill. Attack. Debuffs are all gone. Attack again. Apply weakness. Block for a bajillion. Meditate. Let's see, we have 3 mantra. We'll take Wheel Kick, Prostrate. Do lose some health there, but that's probably all we're going to have to put up with, taking damage-wise. Shockingly, no rushdowns yet. We can still max out damage here. We're close to it. There's Divinity. Sure, keep going. Perfect. No attacks to the draw pile. Secret Weapon actually doesn't fetch anything anymore. Funny. We're going to go Vigilance, Flurry, Empty Fist, Flurry. Okay, we actually can't get another one. Can't do any more damage, but we could stack further strength with a Shuriken here. Make this free, make this free. Even without being in Wrath, Halt is pretty good here. Card draw with us in our hand still. So let's just wheel kick. There we go. Now we can Flurry. Vigilance. Flurry. Draw some cards. Probably draw some more cards. Go back into Divinity. This, get rid of this. Meditate what? Worship and Empty Mind. You gotcha. You got it. Hold on, just fix it. Do full damage here. Having some weakness also sounds pretty sweet. Alright, yeah, Worship and Empty Mind. Here goes. Easy peasy. Blocking here. Like this. You're super outblocked already, but let's keep it going with Eruption because we can just do more damage. Why not? Good talk. This one doesn't matter anymore, really. I'll take, you guessed it. We'll kick Worship. Beautiful fight. Bonk. GG, Mr. Hart. GG. It's a brutal beating of a deck. Only one card crossed off the list, but heck, a rare colorless card, I'll take it. Double Secret Weapon. Finally achieved. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all, Twitch chat. Not bad. Oh, because Courier. I was like, how do you save 195 off Smiling Mask? The Clowny, thanks for the 1,000 bits. Much heckin' love to ya. Much love. GG. Well, 2 wheels makes a motorcycle, and this run definitely went pretty fast with slaps repeatedly to the faces of foes. Well done to us. Well done. GG. 1,000 bits for 1,000 subs. It's pretty cool. The spire sleepeth, and so shall I. GG, Twitch chat. Here's a heck of a run. Had some cool duplicates, although none of them were new other than Secret Weapon. Fun fact, Mastery mod got a little update here. We can now actually see with an icon what got mastered by completing the run. Let's see, does that... yeah, and that tracks backwards, too. Oh, that's so cool. So big shout out to BE for the Mastery mod, which is now available publicly, I believe. No? That's right, we did a different command for that. Shoot. I'll sort that out later. Anyway, very, very cool mod. And another big, big thank you to BE for creating and maintaining the Mastery mod. Heck yeah. I think Spire 2 is in the works. I know that Megacrit Games are working on something. In proper gaming industry fashion, they're not going to announce what it is until it's in a more complete form. And I don't think it is Slay the Spire 2, for the record. I think they're going to try something different when it comes to that. I also suspect, quite frankly, that the developers of Slay the Spire are in a pretty financially secure position for themselves, and so are under no pressure to create an immediately successful video game with their next release. I think they did pretty well for themselves. Proper game industry fashion. Well, when you're doing it right. I still give Bethesda a lot of kudos for the Fallout 4 announcement. They didn't even announce Fallout 4 until it was like a couple of months away. They're like, by the way, it's coming out real soon, like. And then everybody exploded. I usually like keeping my content pretty exclusively mine to Clowny. Never been much of a team player, so I struggle to coordinate and cooperate with others. Tend to like doing my own thing, in my own time, how I want it. Yeah, note I gave them credit for the announcement of Fallout 4, not necessarily the game. But then I guess the same company that also announced Elder Scrolls 6, they're just like, it'll eventually happen. Just wait, please. Years before it has any actual material form. Same company. Same company. That's pretty funny. So, next up, we're going to be jumping into an Ironclad run, which I'm super excited for. Before that happens, a couple things. First of all, I'm going to give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is Skillshare. Today and only today, we're being sponsored by Skillshare to tell you that through Skillshare, you can get access to thousands of different tutorial-style vids to teach you skills of all sorts. They're offering a one-month free trial, pretty standard deal. But if you sign up for a Skillshare account, even if you do cancel during the free trial period, the stream will get credit and supported. So to anybody who does that, much appreciated. I think there's a lot of cool things that you can learn on the internet. So many different things to do with your time and attention, but so few of them actually further you as a person in the long term. Learning skills is one of those things, I think. So can you support me by signing up and then immediately canceling? I believe that would work. Yes, that's my understanding. Hey, you're welcome, Dowcash. And again, the free trial is quite frankly pretty standard for Skillshare. You can easily get such a trial without going through the channel, but this deal also benefits yours truly and the stream. So that's the kind of unique part about it, which is neat. So another big thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring our stream today. Also, I really just a shout out to sponsorships that allow me to play the content that the stream normally has anyway. So it's pretty seamless. And again, thank you to anybody who does use that link. So, lastly, before I jump into an Ironclad run, I needs a break. Gonna refill the water, stretch the legs. Take a few minutes to sort myself out here. Jesse Wiz says, are there any cards where my opinion on it changed as a direct result of the Mastery Challenge and having to pick 2 copies? I was actually really surprised that we got to use both Blasphemies on this Watcher run. Both of them were useful. In that, like, we used both of them on the same turn on more than one occasion, and it was good. Will I play Darkest Dungeon 2? I'm going to try it out. I think there's enough hope that Darkest Dungeon 2 is a pretty cool game that I'll at least check out the full release and see how I feel about it. Have I considered getting a treadmill for walking on during stream? No, I use a sitting standing desk though, so I do stand for part of the stream usually to get some leg stretchings in. But I haven't thought about a treadmill. Seems like a lot of setup. Frog Style, thanks for 11 months of support. Let's see, any other cards I thought differently of? Not Clash, that's for sure. Still haven't done Double Combust. Double Rupture. Double Rampage. Double Rampage is going to be tricky. If I considered getting a Sealing Desk, now there's an idea. Too stressful. I like that, Dedolence. Assuming you're making a joke there, but quite appropriate for the game, right? It's a stress mechanic. I appreciate it, Declowny. Yeah, by all means. Again, you can cancel anytime within the first 30 days for no charge with the free trial. Although, in typical fashion, you must remember to do so and click the confirmation buttons and what have you. I agree. Rampage should buff other Rampages. I think that'd be a pretty cool way to do it. All right, I really do need to get to the bathroom, though, so break time for me, Twitch chat. Back in a few. Please don't go nowhere. I'll be right back.